Alright, guys, it's October. Let's talk some Halloween.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
So, Halloween 1978 tells the story of an escaped mental patient that begins to stalk a young girl and starts killing her and her friends. So, guys, the day has come. I did a ranking of all these movies, but I never actually reviewed the entire franchise, and I thought, well, being Halloween month and all, this month will be the perfect month. Now, starting off with 1978, this is my favorite movie of all time. I love this movie. This is probably, this is one of the first horror movies I ever saw. Immediately, I was attracted to the character of Michael Myers, except when I was young, I didn't know his name was Michael Myers. I thought his name was Boogeyman, and I was calling him that till like I was 8, and finally found out on my own that his name was Michael Myers. But, yeah. Now, starting off with my positives for this review. Before this movie, Halloween was not the first slasher, but it was the one that brought it to everyone's attention. Now, before this movie, a horror movie was like flying saucers or like demons or something or stuff. Now now most people, when they think of a horror movie, they think of a guy killing people, and that really it's because of Psycho and Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which came out before this. But those, well, Psycho was, but like those are pre-day slashers. This is really what perfectionized it. This is what took all the elements and brought it all together. And this is the reason we think of like when someone says a horror movie, we think of a guy killing somebody because of this movie right here. Not only that, but just the character of Michael Myers, just the look of this icon. He's so iconic that anyone, like even a 5-year-old that has never seen the movies, they would know automatically Michael Myers. Just that mask is really iconic. Just the mask, and it's white and it's pale white. And there will be spoilers ahead in this review, which if you haven't seen the original Halloween, you are definitely new to horror. But yeah, there will be spoilers. Now, the mask, which is my next positive, the mask, it is so like what Michael Myers is. Like, he killed his sister for no reason, guys, because he just felt like it when he was 6. No reason. And when his psychiatrist is describing him later on in the movie, when he's saying, "Oh, I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face," he's describing Michael Myers, but he's also describing the mask. But he's never seen the mask because the mask Michael Myers stole when he escaped, and he's never seen the mask. Really, he's describing the mask, and that's why the mask just fits Michael Myers. It's blank, pale, and emotionless. It's like sometimes when you look at it, it looks like he's like smiling a little like this. And then sometimes when you look at it, it looks like it's just pure evil. Like when from the down angle, it looks pure evil, and like he's just like soulless eyes just staring at you. Just the mask is really creepy in the first one. The first one, it is the best mask for me and the creepiest. Now this brings me to Dr. Loomis. Now Dr. Loomis, he just has this like humbleness to him, and like he wants everybody to stay safe. Really, he became crazy as the sequels went on up to part 6 because he unfortunately passed away in '95 in production of part 6. But he became crazy like in part 5. He became crazy, but in the first movie, he really seems like this humble guy that just wants to stop the evil. And he really truly believes that Michael is evil in the first movie. He all the way, he truly believes that Michael is evil. And yeah, yeah, and he's just this character that's trying to warn everyone. He's trying to warn the sheriff. They all believe him that he's escaped, but they're like, "Whoa, you're going ahead of yourself, buddy." Like they don't think they think he's exaggerating. They think he's a nut, but he's really not. And especially before he's escaped, he's always talking about him. Oh, I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then I spent another 7 trying to keep him locked up. Yeah, man, very good. He's very wise. Very wise.
I'm not afraid. Bull. I'm not. Then go in. Chicken. Go ahead, Lonnie. Go in.
Hey! Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
My next positive, even though there's not too many kills, the pacing is very good. It just really goes right by, scene after scene after scene. I mean, every scene is not a kill. There's only 5 kills in the movie, and they're all, like, 3 of them happen towards the end, like, right after each other, and 2 happen at the beginning, and the two at the beginning are spaced out quite a bit. There's not that many kills, only 5 people die, but it's, like, it keeps you interested through the whole movie. Like, even when there's, like, just the characters are talking, it's still interesting. Even though it's slow, it goes, very fast. Another positive for this movie, that the sequels, they've seemed to gone away with this. Like, usually in the sequels, he just shows up and kills you. But in this movie, it's like he stalks you. Like, towards the beginning, where he's, like, standing behind the bush watching Laurie, and he gets closer and closer to you, like, as, like, maybe, he gets closer and closer to you up until he kills you by the end of the movie. Like, from the beginning, you see him standing far away at the bush, then you see him in your backyard, and, the sequels, they've gone away from, like, the stalking Michael Myers. We haven't seen him stalk anybody since this 1978 film. I mean, maybe there's been scenes here and there, but I really don't think so. We don't see that, and we don't see this good stuff anymore. Michael is genuinely creepy in this movie. Like, just the way he's here and then not there, like, when he's, like standing somewhere, and then the camera kind of pins away, and then it pins back, and it's usually when the characters look away, and it's like, wait, how the hell do you do that? And it's creepy, because it's like, you don't know where he is. Like, where the hell did he go, man? I don't know. It's like, where the hell did he go, man? I don't know. Creepy. And not only that, there's a scene in this movie where, it shows the character, Laurie Strode, which is the final girl. She's got her face right on him. She sees him. She keeps looking at him. It shows the camera, it goes to him, then it goes to him, sees that he's in the distance somewhere, and she sees him. Then it cuts away to her face. It shows that she has not taken an eye off him. Then it cuts back, and he's gone. She did not look away, and he's gone. How the hell did that happen? And then she's like freaked out, like, whoa, did he just teleport? But it's up to the imagination. Like, in this movie, he's human. He's human in the first movie. He's supernatural in 2 and up, because, he gets shot in the eyes and stuff. But in this first movie, he's human. Yeah, he's human in this first movie. And it's like, how the hell did he do that? Where'd he go? It's like, I kept my eye on him. How do you do that? Now, the kills in this movie, they're very tame, but they're still very effective. And, yeah, like the scene where he pins a guy up to the wall with his kitchen knife, you don't see any blood whatsoever. So no blood dripping from him, no blood on the knife. But it's very effective because after the kill, he just, like, tilts his head. And that was Nick Castle who did that. That was not in the script. He just tilts his head and looks up. It's like he's admiring his work. Like, Michael is such an interesting character. There's, like, It's like, you never know. He hasn't said a word in 15 years. There's no reason why he killed his sister. You don't know why. And there's like this childlike curiosity in his head. Like, did I do that? It's actually kind of nice. You stare at it for a while when he's very interesting. Like, there's like this mystique about him that we never got to know. No Cult of Thorn can justify. We can never know. That will take his mystique away. We can never know why. And the brother-sister storyline actually wasn't introduced in this movie. It was introduced in Halloween 2 when they said, oh, he's just trying to kill his sister and the rest of his family members. But in this movie, it's completely random. He doesn't kill anyone for any reason. It's all random. It's all random. He just, the Myers house where the first murders were happened has been abandoned for 15 years. Yeah. And Laurie Strode, she's like, her dad's like a real estate show. She goes to drop the key off under the mat, and this is after he escaped. And boom, that is his target when he looks out the window. He goes, okay, that's my target. That's the one I'm going to try and kill. And I'm going to kill anyone who gets in my way. Boom, that is his target. She didn't do anything to him, nothing. Now, that's creepy. Creepier than any, oh, my son drowned, so now I'm going to kill you. Creepier than anything like that. Creepier than anything like that. He's motiveless. Now we get to the Myers house. Now, the Myers house, it's not as iconic because, let's say, the Elm Street house or the Munsters house or, like the Psycho house. It's not as iconic, but that's because it was only used in the first 2 films. After once you get to 5, it's this gothic mansion, and it's not just this suburban house anymore. I don't know how the hell they did that. Like, how the hell are we gonna fit that into our head? But, yeah, it hasn't been as iconic because they keep changing it every movie. But it's creepier than the Psycho house because it's like this suburban house. It's like in the middle of nowhere. Well, not in the middle of nowhere. It's in the suburbs, but this is like a safe neighborhood where nothing like this could happen. It could be next door. Something like this could be happening to you right now. That's creepy. Funny story about the Myers house. That house was this close to being torn down, but a local horror fan ran out, jumped in front of the bulldozer, and said, "You can't destroy this house." Do you know what house this is? He ended up buying the house for $1, and they said, "Okay, we need we're not going to destroy it. You just need to get it moved." And now it's in South Pasadena somewhere. It lies up there, and it's blue now. And I don't think it's a suburban house anymore. I think there's like offices in there now, but I know it's blue. Now we get to the characters. Now, you get, I already talked about Dr. Loomis, but you also get, like, Laurie Strode and her friends. Yes, the dialogue between them is a little dated nowadays, and, like, it doesn't really work, but it still flows. It flows okay. And I also like the sheriff character, the Sheriff Brackett, who was supposed to be in Halloween Kills that got delayed another year. But that would have been interesting to see because Michael Myers killed his daughter in the first one. So that will be interesting to see in a year when we finally see the movie, which got delayed. But, no, what you do? But, yeah, he's likable. He's the one who's kind of in denial at all this. He's, like, talking to Dr. Loomis. What Haddonfield is families lined up in rows, children. You're telling me they're lined up for a slaughterhouse, and Dr. Loomis is like, they just may be. And now, Laurie Strode. Now, she's the one who started the final girl, except, you got, Texas Chainsaw Sally and stuff. And, in Black Christmas, but this is the one that, like, started all the tropes, like, sweet little virgin girl, and, her friends die, but she doesn't, and she's the one who fights the killer in the end, which the closet scene I really like. It really shows how strong Michael is when he just punches through the closet and just breaks the wood panels off. It really shows how strong Michael is, and it brings that supernatural side out of him. Now, the ending of this movie. Wow. The ending of this movie, when you show it to someone now, it would not be as effective as it was back then. Because back then, you wouldn't expect the killer to get shot 6 times, fall off the balcony, by his own psychiatrist, and then the camera cuts and he just walks away. Now that really shows, what everything that Dr. Loomis has been saying has been right. He is not human, he's supernatural. He's supernatural, it's not that they put it out there that he's supernatural in the movie, but, he's human during the movie, while the movie is going. But the ending is when it shows, oh, he's actually supernatural. But through the whole movie, it's not he's supernatural. He's human through most of the movie, but the ending is holy shit, he's not a human. He's supernatural. And it shows, oh, he was supernatural this whole time, but in the movie, you don't know he's supernatural. It's not like a Frankenstein or a Jason or a Freddy Krueger or a Dracula that he's straight up supernatural. His breathing, Michael Myers' breathing, very, very effective and very, very iconic.